Hylatrace. Having motivated students is a great place to start. And you have a pretty good handle on what you want to work on, collaboration and accessibility, and it showed in your QCTIP rubric as well. Quick question on collaboration. What are the goals of your collaboration? Is it community, academic, is other? Maybe a combination of both, I suspect. And accessibility can be improved. Um, yeah, accessibility is kind of always a challenge because there's just so much there. And a lot of times we don't have the support as faculty, and it's a lot of work to get a course and get your materials to the level of accessibility for everyone. So I recognize the challenges there. Let's take a look at your QTCI or QTCIP, TIP. I think I say those letters different every time I talk about it. So in your course design, and you pointed out your accessibility challenges there, but let's go down to discussion and engagement. That seems to be where you are, have the most opportunity to improve. A couple things there are, and again, it goes back to kind of like what are you trying to hope with discussion and engagement in math like this. One possibility, and I'm sure there's things that you talked about, is kind of having a site where they can ask questions or a community where they can post information. But I think probably the most important thing is just to figure out what it is that you want to get by having discussion and engagement. Now, there are certain disciplines, and I feel like in any discipline or subject that collaboration, engagement, discussion can always be vibrant, but it'll really be what is it that you're trying to address. And one of the things you can start with is maybe modeling your engagement in that and discussion. And one possibility is looking at how are you communicating or presenting yourself for engagement, or that maybe you have a Padlet or some other community-based activities that you do and facilitate that allow then the students' use of engagement and collaboration to be more organic and modeled after what you do. So let's take a look at your other rubric here. Starting at the end, it sounds like you have a well-designed course and you know your accessibility issues are something that you can look at and clarify things in place. I didn't see any alarming areas in here, and I think you have a good handle on what it is that you just need to tweak. Mostly minor revisions. Now, sans serif font is a universally accessible font that screen readers do well with, but Calibri and Times New Roman do work as well. Let's see, going back here, I think overall, you know what you need to do. And I think just the biggest question here is why, and what are some ways that engagement would help your students have better outcomes. Thanks. I appreciate your submission.